What is up and good morning, guys? It has been a hot minute, I tell you, holy cow. Today we're gonna start off the vlog in the garage and just show you a quick progress update, and then we'll get to the main title of the video. So this is my cousin Dalen.
Hey guys.
He is coming along with us today, but first let's check out the Skyline and see what's going on with it. So essentially we've been doing an entire overhaul on the Skyline, guys, okay? We took everything off, all the exhaust manifolds, the turbo's gone. I actually installed this awesome new throttle bracket onto the carburetor. That should help ease with modulation and whatnot. But I do have some sad news about the turbo. Let's go take a look. This turbo, 76 mil from CX Racing, unfortunately, is shot. It's got some good amount of shaft play in it, and it is no longer usable. If I use it, I fear that it will blow up and will start to go into the engine, which is no good at all. Show you guys the exhaust. We have been doing a full exhaust heat wrap on it. It is a stainless steel exhaust, so it is protected in the weather elements, but this way it also regulates the temperatures in the engine bay. Which of course means today, guys, we are getting a new turbo. We are going down to Mopac Auto Supply to go pick up a Performance World 7875 BB Turbo, which stands for 78 mil, so we're going bigger, and also it's a billet wheel dual ball bearing. Super excited, I cannot wait. I've heard nothing but great things about their turbos, guys. And on our journey, we're gonna be taking the Mercedes. It has been a hot minute since I have driven this thing. It's since the quarantine, I've actually parked this car, so it's probably been a good solid 2 months or so. Cannot wait to get this going. It's gonna be an awesome journey. Without further ado, let's get going, but first, cold start on the Mercedes. Alright, enough monkeying around, let's get going. Hop in the car, let's go! Alright, so we got some good old fuel. Let's go get a little bit of snacks, some coffee, and get on the road. Alright, and here we are. Mopac. They even have a dyno. Can't really see that. Oh yeah! Totally. Woo. We got a dyno session going on right now. Heck yeah. Alright, let's bust this guy out and just make sure we got the correct one that we are looking for. All the sizes and stuff, but that wasn't too bad. About a half-hour drive. Crappy rain though, but you know what? That's okay. Look at this place. Holy cow. Stuff everywhere. You can actually see exhausts and all that. You can actually see the valve covers all the way to the roof. Place is pretty cool, guys. What do you think, Dylan?
I love it. Holy.
Check this out. You can actually see the brakes that you're looking for. Actually see the calipers, brake lines. This is the type of store that people want to come to. You can actually see the parts firsthand. Not many places do this. Like, you can even see the drop spindles, you know, the actual log headers there, actual diff covers. Really cool to actually see it in person opposed to just in a box behind a counter and actually get your hands on it. Want some off-road lights? All the way to the ceiling. How about some racing seats? That way you guys can actually check out what kind of seats you want. Sweet. What do you guys feel? Next mod on the Skyline, do a full-on NOS tank, get some nitrous oxide on it. This is actually the exact carb bracket that we would be needing too. So pretty much, guys, this is going to be the turbo that we're going to be getting. It's a 7875. This specific model though is not the BB. The BB stands for the ball bearing and the billet wheel. But definitely a lot nicer. It's got the black oxide coating on it. It's actually a 3-inch inlet opposed to the 2.5 that's on the CX Racing Turbo that I have, but Performance World turbos, so much nicer. Everything's all the same. The V-band's the same for the exhaust. The oil cooler is all the same. The actual opening for the 4-inch for the turbo guard, that one's the same too. So, but what a build! Look at this. So just buy this whole setup right now and put that in the Skyline instead. So this is the actual turbo right here, guys. You got the billet wheel. Oh, look at that. Holy cow. It spins so much more easy compared to this thing. Holy smoke. Alright, so we got the turbo, we got a coupler, we also got special heat tape too. So I'm going to wrap that on my fuel lines, wrap that on the brake lines too. Keep that stuff down in temps because I don't want it boiling over. What do you think, man?
I like it. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with this.
So we got a little bit of drive ahead of us. Let's get going. Okay guys, so we are back home now. Let's show you what we got, the quick little haul. So we went to Mopac Auto Parts Supply. We got this Performance World new 3-to-3 45 coupler. We got some DEI tape, reflective cool tape. This stuff is actually good up until 400 degrees, so that's going to go on the fuel lines, on the brake lines, help keep that stuff cooler. And then the piece of resistance, the actual Performance World 7875 BB billet wheel dual ball bearing turbo. I cannot wait to get this bad boy up in that engine bay of this R34. So, oh, look at that. It's all beautiful, brand new, still wrapped up for us. We'll have to get that taken out very shortly here. But yeah, this engine bay is actually going to get transformed quite a lot, especially with that new throttle bracket that I was showing you earlier. Super sick. What do you think?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I love this thing.
I bet you're excited even for that drive that we're going to do in it.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that.
Alright, so let's unpackage the turbo and get some things out. Ouch. Move that off to the side. Don't want to drop it. Get all the covers off. There we go. All right. So look at that. Beautiful, beautiful billet wheel, dual ball bearing, boosted, Performance World. Beautiful 3-inch outlet. We got a 4-inch inlet. We got the regular T4 flange. We got the 3-inch exhaust outlet V-band clamp. Normally oil cooled only, not oil and coolant, just straight oil. And then we got a beautiful billet back cover plate too. Cannot wait to get this thing on the car, you guys. Holy cow, look at that. What we need to do next is clock the new turbo to match the old turbo. So what that means is by loosening off all the backing plate bolts on either the compressor housing or the exhaust housing, you actually can either rotate just the core, you can rotate the individual housings, either the compressor housing, you can rotate forward or backwards, same with the exhaust. So pretty much what I need to do is I need to match the orientation with the old turbo. So this compressor nozzle needs to be up more, same with the exhaust housing, that needs to be up more too, and then the actual drain area for the core needs to pretty much get rotated back a bunch more also. So I'll show you guys something here. I'm actually just in the middle of dialing in the wastegate. So we'll transfer that over. So underneath here, this is the diaphragm. This is actually what actuates with the vacuum suction and everything for the exhaust gas. So we'll carefully take this off. Actually, well, we can't because I've actually got it all torqued back down. There's actually 3 bolts holding this top cap down to the body of the wastegate. Those were actually coming loose, so I put some good old high heat thread locker on there, torqued those down, Got the actual plunger rod all torqued back down also, just ensuring that it seats correctly on the V-band. But yeah, so just in the middle of trying to squish this down and clamp it. That's a lot of force. I cannot do that one-handed. So I'm gonna have to put the camera down and enjoy watching me struggle. This is scary. So much force. Oh my goodness. No. All right, we got it. Holy cow. I better get that somewhat tight before it completely shoots off and either goes through my ceiling or takes my head off. That's a lot of pressure. Holy smokes. Now, of course, it would be easier if I have a machine, but I don't do this every day. Wow. Pick you guys up here. Look at that. Whew, that was a lot of effort. Holy smokes. I don't want to do that anymore. So now I'm just going to go double check everything, make sure, maybe change the position of this clamp a little bit better. In order to get the elbow onto the exhaust manifold or the turbo, I gotta put the exhaust manifold on the car first. In order to get everything fitting in here, I have to put the cross pipe down first. Then the exhaust manifolds are able to go in place. There's a lot of integration and also a specific way to put everything all back together. Okay guys, so I got the wastegate all dialed in. I got the clamp on nice and tight. I got the spring rate for the plunger all nice and adjusted and tight. And then also I got the vacuum line port put back on. Yeah, so that's all done and good. Now let's start getting on to the exhaust. All right, get this all opened. You can see all the beautiful exhaust heat wrap that we showed you earlier on. But the big piece we got to put on first is this massive crossover piece. This one actually bolts for the turbo all the way down to the exhaust. Oh, you guys, I tell you, this is gonna look so good when it's all done with just all the color combos just working together. You got the beautiful titanium exhaust heat wrap. You got the carbon fiber, the dark gray of the body. You got the gloss black engine bay. You got all the cool chrome accents everywhere. The aluminum radiator reservoir. Ah, so excited. So this is what it's gonna look like pretty much. So like I said, the turbo exhaust housing actually bolts onto that via V-band clamp. And the wideband goes down there. And then it goes all the way out to the exit of the car for the downpipe, just down below there. Perfect, so I got one more thing to actually just change before we start getting too crazy. I have to get this old coupler off. This was a 2.5, 45-degree angle down to 3-inch. Because the turbo itself is now a 3-inch on the compressor side to the intercooler, I got the new 45 Performance World 3-to-3. So very excited to run that. But enough chit chat, let's get some of this stuff on. Okay guys, so quick update for you, just showing you how far I've gone so far. This is definitely going to be a slow process. It even was a slow process taking everything all apart. The reason why is because when I get the exhaust manifold on, I'm stuck with like little to no room for these bolts, especially those ones in the center. You know, trying to get a wrench in here and trying to turn is pretty difficult. especially if you only have X amount of room to go with. But yeah, kind of got the serious pieces, a couple of the crossover pipes all in place, get that exhaust manifold on. I've already planed the other exhaust manifold with the disc and belt sander, just making sure that they're all true and flat. But yeah, everything else is it's going along, but it's just going to be a little while. That's all, just because, like I said, the bolts on the manifolds are a pain in the butt. I actually just wanted to take a second and give a huge shout out to Performance World. Not because they sponsored me or provided me with a turbo or give me a discount or anything, because they didn't. I paid for it with my own money, full retail, no discounts, nothing. But what I want to give them a huge shout out for is A, making a wicked product. Thank you so much. I'm super excited to try that out on my car, especially for the package that you guys offer and what I'm looking for. I really feel it was the best fit for me. Additionally, you guys have been talking to me via Instagram. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, make sure you do. That way you guys get all the sneak peeks, especially with all the corresponding talking to the Performance World and whatnot. So it's just the same as the YouTube channel, JAYY_R34. I'll also link that in the description down below. But yeah, huge shout out to them. I've been talking to them back and forth via Messenger, you know, taking me in their posts, me taking them in theirs. So they've actually been talking to me and having a conversation. So I super appreciate you guys. Makes me feel better that, you know, the right company that I chose actually have an interaction with your customers. So huge shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Also guys, make sure you actually go check out Performance World's Instagram page. They have a whack ton of cool people's builds and everything that they share on their profile. Sweet twin turbo setups, full on LS intake manifold setup. And these are their customers that they're sharing on their page. So definitely go check them out, because when I saw that stuff, I was like, yeah, that's so cool. Not many pages do that. So yeah, go check them out. Also, their Instagram will be in the description down below. Okay guys, so take a look at this billet wheel goodness. Look it up in there. Oh, you can actually see all the lines of the machining. So sweet. Cannot wait to put this on the Skyline. Just a little progress update, nothing too fancy. Pretty much looks like it was exactly the same. Just this manifold is all tightened up and good to go. Just in the beginning stages of moving on to that exhaust manifold, which actually has a turbo hung off of it. And then also all the little cross pipes and stuff go onto that too. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and get that started. Alright, update time. Wow, what an absolute crazy tough time that was to get that taken care of. So I got the manifold on this side here. It's all loose, but I got all the bolts in place. I was fighting with a bolt for probably about half hour, 45 minutes. Just one bolt alone. Yep. It is so incredibly tight in there. Not necessarily like access for the wrenches. It's how tight the bolts are to the actual runner. So you have to do them in sequence in a special order. Otherwise you won't be able to get one bolt in if you do one without doing the proper sequence. So that's a bit of a pain in the butt, but we're in good shape there and underway of finishing it off. Then we'll be able to get these cross pipes all 100% kind of in this area, and then get ready for the turbo going on in here. Holy smokes, guys. Woo! That took about an hour and a half in order to get this guy bolted on all the way. Unreal. Those bolts are not accessible very well. It's just like I said, it's just the design of that where the runners are so close to the bolt. You can't get a socket on it. You literally got to use a wrench every single turn, and it's open-ended. You can't even get a box end on it. It's horrible. But that's okay. Whatever, you know. It's a fun car, and tinkering on things is what I enjoy. So what we got done now is we got the wideband back in the pipe. We're just in the middle of about to reroute the wire, plug it in underneath the rad support. Then we can bring this cross pipe back over, and that way we can actually join the passenger side header to the driver side header. That way that side feeds the turbo. Okay guys, so pretty much we are ready to get the turbo elbow and the actual turbo installed. Wow, what a crazy process. So we got the cross flex piece already in, the downpipe itself, if you would even call that, all the way routed underneath. Just kind of all loose fitting. just especially because it is a new turbo. Want to make sure everything goes together nice and easily. But yeah, let's grab the turbo elbow and start doing more. Okay guys, as you can see, it's a lot later now. Yeah, I've been pretty much just working non-stop. Sorry I haven't really been filming too much of me actually doing the work. Today was more of just getting back into doing the vlogs and whatnot. I know I haven't posted anything for quite a while now, so today was just more of just a get back into things kind of video, and also show you a huge update on the Skyline too. There's also a lot more content to come to you guys, that I do promise. Just bear with me here. I'm working on something absolutely massive and mind-blowing in the background. Can't really tell you guys too much just yet. Some of you though, however, that follow me on Instagram, you might be able to pick up on little subtle hints here and there. But yeah, so there's going to be a huge change to the channel. There's going to be complete different style vlogs and whatnot, but yeah, more of that later, guys. Let's show you the Skyline, and let's show you what I've accomplished in today's worth of work. Now, mind the mess of all the tools and stuff, but take a look at this. Unreal. With all the exhaust heat wrap done on all the headers and the cross pipes, the other header over there. I even got the wastegate tube all wrapped up too. But seriously, take a look at this Performance World ball bearing billet wheel turbo. I am so excited to be running this. This actually is a 78 mil turbo, guys. The one that we had in here before was a 76. So sneakily, we upgraded a couple mils, we got a billet wheel, and we got dual ball bearings opposed to just a regular cast wheel, and then also journal bearing turbos. But absolutely phenomenal. Extremely excited to turn this car on. It's nowhere near ready for it to be turned on yet. I got a lot of work still to do. A lot of the exhaust is just kind of in place, like the crossover pieces and the downpipe. There's a lot of adjustment, but yeah, I have to figure all that out. And then we should be good for a fire up. Simple little things also, like hook up the boost line, hook up the oil feed line, oil drain. But hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll have it ready for fire up. Another thing, like I mentioned, I actually had to go to a 3 to 3 45, because this is a 2.5 to 3 45 for the intercooler charge pipe. So that is actually a lot shorter compared to the one that I ended up getting. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to cut that one down, maybe even redesign a little bit in this corner. I know it's gonna be super hard to see, guys, but yeah, that I'll show you in another day in the daylight. And then, like I said too, we got the reflective heat shield tape that we're gonna be putting on eventually, all on the brake lines and on the fuel lines, etc., just to help control some temperature, give it some overall efficiency. Another thing that we ended up changing was our spark plugs. This one just had a quick fire up just to ensure that everything was going good. But yeah, so we went actually a colder plug. We went with the NGK V-Power. I believe these are 8s. So NGK, they do it backwards. I'm pretty sure it was higher the number, the colder they are. But yeah, these are actually quite cold, as you can see the tip. There's still a few things that we have to do on the Skyline, so bear with me, guys. We will capture that. Maybe next video will actually show more in depth of me actually working on the car, as like I said, this one was more of just to get back into things. But I'm absolutely loving so far the fitment of the turbo, especially with the turbo guard. Seriously, guys, shout out to Performance World and shout out to Turbo Guard. Without your guys' product that I found on when I was watching one of Cletus McFarland's videos, I would have never known, and I would have never been able to order anything, any kind of filter. I would have just been probably mad and changed the whole design. But yeah, awesome products. Yeah, I'm very excited to do the first startup on this. All in all though, I'd say today is a pretty good success. I got to drive the Mercedes, which I haven't driven for the past 2 months. So driving that was awesome. I forgot what it was like to drive. I forgot some of the quirks and features of the entertainment system, of like my memory card. I completely forgot I even had my memory card in it. I was using my Bluetooth, and then I'm like, oh, that's right, my old playlist. But yeah, all successful day with grabbing the turbo, getting everything mocked up to in place. Like I said, there was a few things I had to adjust, a few things I have to change, but honestly, that's super minor. But yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks so much for checking out this vlog. Like I said, I know it's been a while. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, because that way, like I said, you get first sneak peeks. And then also make sure you subscribe to the channel, because there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming to it also. But yeah, for tonight, that's all. I am dirty. I gotta go have a shower. Have a good one. See you later.